I'm not sure where to put this or if I even want to do it. I feel like doing it anonymously in text, typing it up under some pseudonym. Video seems a little easier because it's kind of stream of consciousness where I don't have to really think. I can just let the thoughts flow out. The problem with the video is, one, there is no anonymity to it. And two, there's people in earshot. Right now, my wife is just beyond that window. She can't hear me, I don't think. And my daughter's at the other end of the house. Otherwise, I'm kind of alone, so I could talk freely. The other question is, where would I put this? Because I can't put it on my YouTube channel. I don't want this for general consumption. Now, I could make this one of my premium, what's that thing called? I've forgotten the name of the service. It's the one that starts with a P. Patreon. I could do a Patreon and do something absurd, like you pay me $10,000 a month and you can have my deepest, darkest secrets. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I would like to share. I'd like to be candid with you guys. But there's problems with it. I mean, right now I'm looking for a new job, and if I put this out in the general space and I say, here's my deepest, darkest secrets, here's what's really going on in my head, I want to share this with you. And a prospective employer looks at them and goes, ooh, we don't want to be associated with this guy. And that could affect my income, my livelihood, and my well-being. So there is that. So like I said, I'd like to do a series of videos inside Doug's head. See, the internet, the beautiful internet has given us this insight, this look into people's lives. And we started to think through social media, we know these people. They've become our friends and deep, close friends because they shared their secrets. They've shared their sexualized desires. They've shared their traumas. They've shared their intimacies with us. And therefore, we think we know them. And we don't. It's a keyhole. Excuse me, I'm cooking dinner. Probably should not have started this. But it's a keyhole view. Let's finish this video. It's just a little keyhole view into a person's life. It's not everything. It's not who they are. It's not the complete picture. You're missing out on a lot. But that's the thing about it. That's the thing about reality is the reality is that we each create our own reality. It's even the vision I have of me, the person I think I am, who I believe I am, is not the person you think I am. And it's not the person my wife thinks I am, and it's not the person my employer thinks I am, because each one of you and me has a different experience with me specifically. And that means that this reality we have is a reality of our own creation. I mean, I think, for instance, I'm a good person. I think I care. And that may not be the vision other people have of me. There may be some of my conservative friends who just think I'm a wacky liberal who is out of touch with reality. And my wife may have a completely different impression of me, but I am the guy she loves. I am the guy she knows. But am I the same guy Am I the same person I perceive myself as what she perceives me as? And that may not be the case. And it's interesting because I was going back through and doing some cleaning and recently read some letters from my children to me. And it made me think, because they had a different vision. They had a different experience with me. They aren't up in here. They're observers, and they interact with me in a different way than I interact with myself. And they can't know all the deep, dark things going on up here. They just have their own experiences. It's like when you're a teenager, the parents are evil and stupid. Of course, they're stupid. They can't know as much as you do. You're a teenager. You know everything by the time you're a teenager. And these old people are out of touch. They haven't had the same experience as you because their world was before yours. And how could they possibly know anything? Wisdom. You know what it is. It's the wisdom. But there is... But that's their reality. Their reality is that the parents are evil, the parents are bad, and that they can't. And they're fighting for their own independence and defining themselves. They don't want to be defined by their parents. They want to be defined by themselves. So when they look at the parent, they see the parent as the bad guy, not the helper that the parent really is. And that's what our job as parents is. Our job as parents is to bring this young life form to adulthood where they can be independent and have their own life. And that's our only goal. Our only goal is to help them. We aren't the enemy. We don't, but as a teenager, we are the enemy because the paradigm's different. The parent sees themselves as a helper. The teenager sees them as an obstacle to their independence. Because that's really what the teenager wants. That's why we want to become adults. We want to become adults because we want to be independent, not because we want to pay bills and we want to work our tails off and we want to lose all the precious time and freedoms that we have when we were teenagers. God, I would kill to go back and be a teenager again and not have the responsibilities of adulthood. But that's what we are. And it's that window at which you look at somebody that is tainted. It's tinted. It's tinted depending on your perspective. Depending on how you're looking through the window, you either see the person for who they are. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, who are we? We can't really know. It's like, because who we are is defined by how we are observed. If I'm a church-going person and I put on my tie on Sunday and I dress in my suit and I go to the church and I say the right things and I do the right prayers and I sing the right songs, I'm going to heaven. But all of that disregards if on Saturday I was drinking myself to oblivion and committing all kinds of sins. It doesn't matter what I was doing on Saturday because the paradigm, the vision, the observation on Sunday is that I'm being a good person. Which, anyhow, brings me back to the beginning of this video, which was, I'd like to have some candid conversations here and give you, dear viewer, an insight into my own vision, my own paradigm, my own observation of myself, and let you be the judge as to whether or not I'm the person I see me as the same as you see me, and I doubt it is the same because it's two different perspectives. It's your perspective and it's my perspective. I'd like to see how the two line up without adversely affecting my career possibilities and my volunteerism. I mean, for instance, if I were to reveal certain things in these videos, maybe I couldn't get that manager's position that I want. And Or maybe I couldn't volunteer at such and such place anymore because they're like, yeah, you don't have the character that we thought you did. From our observation, you have the character. And until we watched your video in which you revealed some character flaws, we thought you were perfect for the job or perfect for the volunteer position. But now that we have seen from you the words come out of your own mouth in this video, your character flaw or your perceived character flaw. Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe subconsciously we have these thoughts and these self-doubts and whatnot that aren't really justified. But then we spit them out on the internet and they become real. They become reality. Because then that prospective employer, that prospective volunteer organization, whatever, sees that video and goes, ooh, maybe there's some truth to this, even though the guy's crazy and he's nuts and he's not really seeing himself right because he's full of self-doubt, because he's human. Because we are human. And as human beings, we are fallible and imperfect. Wow! I'm supposed to be cooking dinner, and this video is almost 12 minutes long, and nobody's going to watch this. But maybe me? Later? I think I will put this one on YouTube. And then maybe I'll do a series of these hidden behind some paywall or in some anonymous video service that none of you know about. You've been listening to Doug. Ooh, I almost dropped the phone.